Hi, welcome to Parent Talk Snippets. I'm Margaret Ahmed. I'm the Parent Involvement Educator in the Dearborn Schools. Today on our show we have Joe Martin, the principal of River Oaks, and we have Adel Mozip from Gear Park. Adel took the class with us during the year, and he's here to talk a little bit about that program that he went through with us in Gear Park. And Joe is, I've invited him to come on to talk a little bit about his relationship with this program as well. Joe, hi, thank you so much for letting us be here in your building at River Oaks and to present the snippet of Parent Talk. I just want to know from you personally firsthand what your relationship is with this program and how it all began for you.
Thank you for the invite. It began when I was at Maples as the assistant principal there, and I was part of the program and saw the benefits of the school skills that it would teach the parents to have better communication with their children.
Right.
The benefits of the program were so great that I was excited about bringing it to River Oaks, and we had our teachers go through the teacher talk portion to build that consistency and that common language to better the students. Final thing that I can say about it is just it's a great support system, a partnership between the families and the school, discussing any concerns that they may be having. Again, it builds that partnership and
That
that support
continuity
system.
and the partnership. Yeah. Well, I thank you. Thank you so much for that. And also today we have with us Adel Mozip, and he is a father who took the class over at Gear Park, and he decided that he would come on as well. I invited him to come and talk a little bit about the program because he was a participant, and so he knows firsthand as well from that perspective of a parent. So thank you, Adel, so much for coming and joining us today.
Thank you for the invite, Margaret. The program is wonderful, masterful. I learned a good deal, a lot of things about how to better communicate actually with my children, both children. I have a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old, and it just changed the perception and the way that we talk and the way that we carry out ourselves in the house, and how do we establish rules for the house, and how he knows now his day chores and the things that the most important thing that I learned from this is how to give them confidence. How to apply that confidence to them, how to make them take ownership and be responsible. Before the program, I used to always just direct and just having commands, do this, do this. Now I ask him, what do you think about this? Well, I see you are struggling with a problem. How can we solve it? And I get him to take a role or to be a leader in himself, to really think about that. And it's been wonderful. The things that have changed dramatically over the past year has been great. And I'm very grateful for your program, and hopefully more parents will see the benefits that I saw in this program as well.
And the program is free. The
Right.
district offers it free, which to me that's important. I remember taking this class 3 times for myself because I raised 5 children, now I got 6 grandkids, and I remember paying hundreds of dollars for the program. So I always encourage parents, and thank you so much for saying the kind things that you said, but the real things, the things that really matter for parents, and how important it is to be able to communicate with kids to create different outcomes. And I know that once parents do start to show up for the classes,
Right.
they find some kind of connection with each other. And I
Right.
think, Joe, you were kind of talking about that. There's kind of this partnership and a support
Community,
system,
right.
a community where people say, oh my gosh, you're going through that too? I'm going through that as well.
Right.
And so they have these issues and these situations where they start to really talk to one another and communicate that way as well. So I think you're right. It's like, you have to just come to the program. You have to see for yourself. I mean, I never thought that I needed parenting.
Right.
Maybe you felt that.
Nobody.
I don't know if you.
A lot of people would feel like they're really awesome parents, and I
Yes.
thought I was. When I took the program, I was like, wow, those are the things that I'm doing, and they're completely, not helping my
Right,
children.
they're kind of inappropriate for this
yes.
time, this day and age.
And
Yeah.
my son had a speech delay, and taking this program actually helped him also for me to ask him questions, for him to answer
And respond.
And I always go back to the book and read some sections that I have missed or have forgotten. And I believe we should take refreshers on this course as well.
Okay. So it is a resource then.
Right.
And that's the thing too. We have it in Arabic and in English. And I'm actually finding that there's a lot of parents now that are actually saying, we want the English because they want to learn English.
Right.
They actually want to learn the English. So I think that's a leg up for everyone too that decides to take the class that's learning the language, the English language, and they're bilingual. And I think the other thing that's important is that this idea of the confidence that you're talking about, building confidence, building self-esteem with our children by allowing them to have some decision-making power. Can you give me another example of another skill perhaps that you started to implement in the house that gave you a different outcome?
One of the skills that Omar now has mastered is the idea of chores or doing things that when he gets home or when he goes to school, he already knows his schedule very well. He's very good with routines. So, but as far as like once they get home, put their jacket where it belongs,
exactly.
right? So, and the other thing is he's been really kind of afraid of failure or not trying. Kind of thing. So I've been using act as if,
pretend.
right?
He's
so
more
or
of a risk taker
right?
now.
Yeah. So he's been saying, okay, even if I, don't succeed the first time, maybe I can do it better the second time.
Thank you, because you know what? It's more of the case that you're a failure if you don't do anything, right?
Right.
So at least if they begin doing something, act as if, pretend, play like you know how. What would you do if you did know how? What's the first step? Allows them to go ahead and push through that doubt and take a risk. And say, hey, it doesn't matter. I was just pretending I'm playing. Something's going to come of this, right? So that's where the success is built in. So, yeah, Joe, and I want to thank you too for really believing in this program as well, because I think for teachers to have this language and the skill, and the parents having the same kind of verbal skills and language, it's a marriage. You bring it together. What's going on here in the classroom is going on at home. So that becomes more of a win-win. And it's more of an opportunity for everyone to feel successful. And I think really that's what the program is about, is let's give people the tools, the skills that will help them build that success, that partnership, and to create different outcomes, to have autonomy for parents, for kids, for teachers. So it's really a win-win, So, and I told Joe today that I actually heard a teacher using the teacher talk in the office with some kids that were sitting in the office.
Right.
It went pretty well. So they were asking him, what are you going to do for next time? Because I guess he made an inappropriate choice. So she really held him to his words too. So thank you so much for allowing us to be here in your building. Thanks for allowing me to be here during the year to offer your parent talk as well. And Adel, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your success with the skills that you learned. And Eric, thank you for being here to film this so that other parents can hear about it and can join us. We're almost done for this year, so look forward to joining us for Parent Talk next year, in the next school year. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Adel, so much. I appreciate you being here.
أتمنى من الأهالي أن يأخذوا هذا البرنامج التكلم مع الأطفال أو البيرنت توك مع الأستاذة مارغريت رائعة في تدريس الأهالي كيفية التعامل مع الأطفال وكيفية تغيير المعاملة الحالية التي يتعامل معها الآباء والأمهات مع الأبناء. أتمنى أن تأخذوا هذا البرنامج، اسألوا المدير أو مدرسكم عن هذا البرنامج والاستفادة منه كثيرا. شكرا جزيلا.